What's good, everybody? It's your boy Tico on Blitz, back at it again with another video. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of the 22 Tier 9s that have received changes in this update, being 10.6, which is the IS-8. This is the Tier 9 Soviet Tech Tree Heavy that features a lot of solid capabilities along with not so good ones at the same time. And to start off with, we're going to be taking a look at the statistics of the vehicle and see what major changes were brought to it. So, to start off with, it got better hull armor. So now it has upwards of 132mm stick. If I were to pull up the armor profile of the IS-8, this is what you can expect. You can see that there are a lot more troll spots that you can expect to have on the IS-8. However, on flat ground, it doesn't really look that pretty at the same time, considering the majority of spots on the upper plate are going to be auto penetrations, having upwards of 250mm stick. You got some cheeks on the sides of the upper portion of the upper plate right here, ranging upwards of 242mm stick. Of course, a very large lower plate, that's going to be a problem for this vehicle, only upwards of 193. And of course, some hatches on the roof, including the fact that you can overmatch the roof right here, having upwards of 78 on this hatch, 87 on that hatch, and 109 for the full-on roof. When I load the heats on an M103, another Tier 9 Heavy, for example, yep, everything is going to be an auto penetration for the vehicle, and now the turret is also going to widen out to factors where you're going to be able to pen 100% of the time through it. However, when the tank is using its gun depression, surprisingly enough, is when the armor is going to become extremely more effective. Look at this. You can see that the majority of the upper plate is now going to be an auto ricochet against standard ammo when used hold down. Now it has upwards of 270 to 290mm stick. Even when loading heats, the majority of spots are still going to be reasonably hard to cut through, although a lot of the spots on flat ground that used to be auto penetrations are now going to be reduced down to a point to where you're going to have a harder time trying to hit them and pen the shots throughout the process. Some of the other things that the IS-8 has received is it got more hit points. From its standard 2,050 was brought up to 2,250 when you're not running this mechanic right here of improved assembly. It increases your tank's hit points up to 6% from 2,250 now having upwards of 2,385. The tank also got better traverse speed, having upwards of, from its original 40.82 degrees a second, is now up to 40.96. Really not going to make much of a difference for the tank whatsoever, but it's okay. Some of the other major downsides that the IS-8 has received is, unfortunately, it got worse on its top speed. From what used to be 45 kilometers per hour is now down to 41. In terms of that, they also increased the weight of the vehicle, so now it has 57.08 tons. Its reverse speed, unfortunately enough, have no idea why they ended up doing that, from 15 kilometers to 13. Its acceleration rate, aka its power to weight, also got nerfed, having from its original 17.3 is now down to 15.4. And it unfortunately lost view range as well. If I were to make my way up here just a little bit, you can see that its view range got minimized from 282.5 down to 276.8. Alrighty, so here we are in our first battle in the IS-8. It has been a very long time since I've ever touched this vehicle again. Although I've grinded the line towards the IS-7 with this vehicle, haven't really played it that much, so I just got rid of the tank to get credits and try to grind more lines to the best of my ability. Alright, so the reason why I got it back is because I wanted to showcase its changes and see how it performs while I'm using the tank. Alright, so we're just going to wait right here until some of the enemies point on outwards towards C base. Unless if there's going to be some enemies that are poking out right over here. Love the fact that this thing still has its 9-second reload time, which is fairly solid. Still got the tungsten rounds as well. So let's see. I did see some trees fall down. There's the Luva that's pointed right there. We're going to go ahead and activate our tungsten shells already. Get a nice slap for 496 into his vehicle. So we're going to reload once again and see if we can get another shot into the Luva right over here. He's still going to try to aim in on us. That is a very unfortunate shot as it flew right into the pen spot. Just loving this game loves to screw you over in certain occasions. All right, so there's the Type 68 that's moseying on over here as well. He's pointing his full-on side out. So we're going to get a nice slap for 400 into the side of his tank. We're going to reload once again. We're going to continue moving on forward. I think it's these enemies that are only the ones over here. So we're going to aim it on the Luva. Get a very lucky shot, if I'm not going to be mistaken, for 381. We're going to continue moseying onward, put on our fast reload, and get some more shells into this Luva right here. Don't really know what happened there, but we're able to get a nice shell into him once again. We're just going to mosey on right beside him and finish him off. Nice. We got the clear into the Luva right there. Oh, and it looks like they have an AFK ISU, which it looks like he came back from the dead. So now we're going to get another slap into him for 394, and he gets absolutely bedunkered in the process. So now it looks like we have an enemy in B over here. So we're going to go over and move over here. Fortunately, I have a dead driver once again, which is not ideal. So I'm still going to try to do my best to try to defend off some of these enemies right here. Oh, and there's the Hawk 30 right over to the right side, trying to poke over the train tracks right there. So we're going to mosey on right over here. We got the Barask off to the side as well. Not able to get a slap into him, but there's the Pat in there as well. Up here comes the Barask moving on up. Are we able to sneak in that shell? Fortunately not. It didn't end up the best outcome. So we're going to reload our tungsten once again, as it's going to be coming in 4, 3, 2, 1. We're going to get a quick slap into the patent right there and wait until we activate our tungsten rounds as we make our way over here towards this enemy M46 patent. So we're going to continue moseying on through, get another slap for 479 into you. So we're going to continue moseying on up towards him. We're going to repair our dead driver right here in the next couple seconds. There we go. And we're going to get another slap into this patent right here. And we are able to get the clear on him, which is good. So now all that's left is the enemy Hawk 30. We're already upwards of 3,600 damage at this point. So we're going to continue moseying on up over towards the Hawk. See if we can get some shells into him in the process. He does seem to be moving over towards this area, so there he is. And we were able to get a max roll of 625 into his rear, bringing us upwards past the 4,000 damage point mark. Nice. All right, so we're going to continue moseying onward towards this guy right over here. He seems to be screwed in the process, so... Or unless, yeah, this is supremacy. This doesn't look pretty for us. I hope somebody's going to go get base B. I'm going to go ahead and get base A while we're in the process. I am spotted by the Hawk while at it, so I'm going to try my best to see if I can fare well in the process here. So it looks like my T-28 is going to get base B, which is good. I'm going to mosey on over to base A, and wow, my tank was flying through the screen. That was fairly reasonable. Come on, I hope you get B, bro. All right, so I'm going to make my way over to base A right here and capture it. Hopefully this guy... There you go, E75. That's what I've been hoping to see. Oh, so we're going to capture these bases right here and then just wait for him to poke on out. He seems to be running away somewhere along here, maybe. Or if I'm not mistaken, probably over on the other side of the map to where his base was. So we're just going to fare well and see to the best of our ability. As we have all three of the bases at the moment, I wouldn't be surprised if he's going to capture base C as I'm spotted once again, which is not ideal. Don't really know if he's going to peck me off or something like that, but we'll try and see what we can do in the process. Looks like the bases is going up upon our behalf, and we win the battle. Doesn't really matter. That Hawk was screwed one way or another. So that is a very solid first battle, demonstrating the extremely good factors and changes that have occurred within the IS-8, as we were able to do 42-31, pull out a second class in the process, along with doing top on the team, a very reasonable chunk of damage. And here we are in our second battle. Let's see, they have a Moshin, they have a Type 68, a T-34, and a 54E2 in terms of heavies in this one. So what we're going to do, make our way over towards the left side of the map and see what tanks we could spot that are trying to push over to C base. In this battle, I'm going to try my best to see if I can show you guys the hold down capabilities and the thickness of the armor buff with this tank. So I'm going to mosey on right here and poke over this ridge line right here. See how we can fare well. However, the downside of this vehicle, the gun depression. Only 5 degrees. It's still fairly terrible. So, well, it looks like no enemies are deciding to push on over here. Oh, there's the 54E2. Oh, but we got the type right here too. We're going to get a nice hatching shot into him for 371. We're going to back on up right over here. He's probably going to hit us. I don't really know if he is. So we're going to aim on him once again and get a bounce right into his cheek. That aimed exactly to where I was aiming too. Funny enough. Well, you know what? I'm just going to go ahead and go straight right at this Type 68. Don't really care if the 54E2 hit me in the process. We're going to activate our tungsten rounds right there. Get a quick slap into the Type 68 for 480. We're going to put on our fast reload and see if we can get another slap into this guy right here. So we're reloading once again. There we go. 477 shot. And we're going to continue to trade onward with this guy right here. So we're going to go down in a little bit of a hold down spot. That is a very unfortunate bounce right there. Well, he does pen me, so 3, 2, 1, we're going to finish you off. Oh, never mind. He gets finished off in the process. Oh, we got the T-54E2 spotted right over there. Looks like the majority of enemies are starting to come out of their shells now and poke on out. So here we got the enemy 54E2, able to get a nice slap for 389 into the side of his tank. We're going to reload once again. We have the Moshin off towards the side of us as well. Don't really want to poke that at the moment as he is aiming on me. Now that he's getting hit and now he's turning his turret. There we go. Nice slap into you. There's a solid bounce coming off of the enemy Moshin. Looks like the T-34 is going to be continuing to push on forward right over there, including some of these other enemies. So we're going to aim it on the Moshin one more time. Another good shot for 378 into him. We got the enemy Pershing right over here as well. I want to focus this guy as he's seems to be a bit of a potential threat trying to flank our guys right over here. So we're going to aim in a shell onto you. There we go. 486 shell. You get another bounce in the process. So we're going to continue moving onward towards the enemy Pershing and tunnel this guy to the best of our ability. And you are screwed, my friends. Well, another one of our tanks gets cleared. That's highly unfortunate. So we're going to continue over here towards the Moskin right over here. See if we can try to get a clear into one of these enemies. Oh, there's the Moskin. Nice shot into you for 367. He gets yet another bounce on us. Wow, surprisingly enough. We're reloading once again. 3, 2, 1. We're just going to aim a shell right on your cheek. And there we go. We got the pen onto you. Oh, so now it's a very strange situation right now. Got the T-49 spotted right over there. So we're going to go ahead and mosey on over towards him before the base capture continues to go onwards. So we got the enemy Barask off to the side. Want to get a quick slap into you for 424. That's a very solid chunk of damage taken off of you. So we're going to make our way over here towards the T-49. Don't really care about the Barask at the moment. So let's see. Are you still over here, bro? Yep, you are. Fortunately, I missed that shell because I didn't aim in on time. So we're going to reload once again. T-49 fired in his shell. So 3, 2, 1. Fortunately, I'm letting him get away at this point, which is highly unfortunate. But we are still going to be able to make it through and finish you off. Nice. All right. So now all that's left is the Barask over here. Hopefully my WZ ends up getting a shell into him at the moment. Ooh, this looks like a very close game if I'm not going to be mistaken. We are winning on base cap at the moment, which is good. Looks like we got this game in the bag. Hopefully I don't get cleared in the process. Well, it's another win on our behalf. Let's go, baby. Haha. Well, another 3 kills in this one. Oh, we were able to kill 3 in this one. Another 4,000 damage game. We were able to block 2,025 and get a first class in the process, along with doing top on the team once again. I always was a fan of the IS-8, even when I played it on my old account, and I still am thoroughly to this day. The changes to the vehicle made absolutely no distinct difference to it whatsoever. All I could say, though, is that the fact that it did get a little worse on speed, and it got more weight along with more armor, it really benefited the tank whatsoever to perform pretty much as its counterpart, being the IS-7. Other than that, I love the tank in general, and I hope good things are still going to continue onward with it throughout its history in this game. Hopefully you guys did end up enjoying today's video. If you did, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel, and make sure to turn on those bell notifications to be notified whenever I upload any new videos, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace out, y'all.